Dun 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 dun. Let's go.
Hey guys, so I am back here today. I'm revisiting a guy that I talked about, I think maybe last week or something like that. His name is Mark Burns. He's an American politician slash pastor, which is always a great combination. But we have him at a rally talking about what he thinks the direction American politics should take. And frankly, it's disgusting. So let's take a look.
Are we ready to declare war on every demonic spirit that's trying to start? I can't hear nobody. Are we ready to take over?
The crowd doesn't sound very enthusiastic. Of course, they're all unmasked, and I guarantee, well, I'm not going to say guarantee, but I imagine that a large percentage of them are unvaccinated. So, I mean, this is exactly the reason why the United States is doing so badly at combating the virus. But that's not the reason why we're here. We're here to listen to Mark Burns talk about why he thinks Jesus should be at the center of American politics, contrary to the Founding Fathers' intentions when they signed the Declaration of Independence, or the Constitution, I apologize.
Somebody shout, take it back, take it back. Shout, take it back.
He has to tell the crowd what he wants them to shout, because he doesn't feel, I don't think he feels that they're being as enthusiastic as he is.
We're here to declare war on Satan. How many here know that this is a God nation? This is a Jesus nation. And liberals are trying to take God out of everything we hold dear.
No, the liberals aren't trying to take God out of politics. God doesn't belong in politics. There's such a thing as the separation of church and state. We have it here in Canada. They have it there in the United States. Any democratic society has a separation of church and state. Because the church, as we can clearly see by the example presented to us, can get a little nuts sometimes. Religion is influenced too much by a person's personal belief of the way things should be. Instead, countries like Canada and the United States have opted for a democratic government, which is completely separated and divorced from religious influence, or at least it's supposed to be. And that was written into the American Constitution. So Mr. Burns here doesn't believe in the Constitution and wants to abolish it because he wants to replace it with the laws of God that were set out by God in the Bible. No. You can't. It's not possible. And doing it, advocating for it, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm just a lowly Canadian, but if you're advocating to take steps to abolish the U.S. Constitution, as far as from my point of view, from my perspective, that's treason. I'm sorry.
Are you going to let them do it, Texas? I said, are you going to let them take God? Somebody say never. Shout never.
Come on, guys. Get in there. Get enthusiastic. I mean, look at Mark Burns. He's sweating. Yeah, like the crowd is not having any of it. It's very lukewarm.
How did he know that this nation was founded on Judeo-Christian principles? This nation was founded on the fact that Jesus is the Messiah.
No, actually it wasn't. Like I explained, the founding fathers did not found the nation on Christian principles. It was never founded in religious principles or Christian principles and calling it Judeo-Christian. Come on, Mark. There's no such thing as Judeo-Christian. It's Jewish or Christian. They're two separate religions. And lumping them together under one thing does a disservice to both groups. It's ignorant, and a politician, a pastor, should know better.
Any law, and I'm going to tell you, let me go ahead and piss off the mainstream media. Because every time I open my mouth and I say that any law that is a law right now that's contrary to the word of God should be outlawed and abolished in this nation.
Are you serious? How unpatriotic. Like, literally, that's incredibly unpatriotic. You're basically saying that the founding fathers were full of shit and didn't know what they were doing, and all the work that they did to found the United States and make it a country was all for nothing. You want to replace everything they did with the Bible. Unbelievable. And he just can't seem to get the crowd into it. I don't think that he's going to get elected. I really don't. He's a little too extreme for some people, I think. You definitely don't see that up here.
Do you believe that Jesus should be at the center of American politics?
Absolutely not. Jesus doesn't belong in politics. God doesn't belong in politics. For crying out loud.
United States of America. We're here to take over. I can't hear nobody, patriots. We're here to take over. God help me.
Here to take over? Take over what? Take over the government? I really hope that there's somebody out there watching this who can do something about it, because this is dangerous. You're talking about a religious movement to overthrow the government because they think it needs more Jesus. I think something like that happened not too long ago. I think January 6th, there was this thing in Washington, D.C. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's kind of a big deal.
We're here to take over.
Oh God, please don't let him take over.
We're here to take over.
He is just trying so hard to get the crowd riled up. You gotta give him credit, my God. But anyway, yeah. I mean, if you're American, you know that the separation of church and state was written into the Constitution. And you have to understand that a man like this, who is advocating... Did I just really say advocating? Advocating? I'm pretty sure I meant advocating. That the Constitution be replaced or repealed or changed in support of a religious doctrine is dangerous. It's dangerous. There's a reason why separation of church and state is in the Constitution, why it's in our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, that it's in, the various different constitutions and charters throughout the world that have democratic countries, obviously. But you can't mix them. One will undoubtedly influence the other, and then then the whole system falls apart. So don't do it. Don't listen to this guy. He doesn't make any sense.